we're doing Facebook mentions, and Alex and Roger Stone are coming in just a moment. I have some breaking news on this current situation with the apparent leaks with oh, here they come. Here they come. So they're coming up the hill. I have some breaking news, some information on the new Russian supposed information.
Here we go. Are you guys already rolling?
Yeah.
You're already live right now?
Rolling.
How long ago did you start?
Just right now.
Well, that's perfect timing. Let's go over here. This would be good right here. We can just shoot this way with that background back this way. Let's just come around here. Okay, come on in close. Let me get some audio on this. I made phone calls about an hour and a half ago to my sources, and I said, McMasters, the reported leaker almost every time, he's the one we know Trump's really, really pissed at and has been testing leaks with. And then I was making phone calls to my sources saying, wait a minute, there's only a few people in this meeting with the Russian ambassador to the United States and the Russian foreign minister, Lavrov. And the media was already saying he's a Russian agent for meeting with him, the president is, and the president's not allowed to talk to anybody, only the deep state is, all this craziness, and they might have planted listening devices. And then suddenly McMaster, who's in the meeting with the Secretary of State and one other unmentioned person, so you got Trump, the Russian ambassador, the Russian foreign minister, and then you've got the Secretary of State, you've got the head of the National Security Advisor, McMaster, and then who's this other person there that they're claiming is the leaker, when it's McMaster that over and over again has been caught doing this, and who we know is making these big leaks. And so I made phone calls saying, isn't McMaster probably the main suspect? And they said, absolutely, that's the word. So then I just got here about an hour ago, talked to Roger, he made some phone calls. He's here in Austin visiting, came back about 45 minutes later and said, man, that is on target. McMaster is the main guy that's fingered right now. We're investigating him. So Roger, let's talk about what's happened, what's unfolded. Now they've gone from claiming that Trump's a Russian agent because he met with the Russians, something presidents are supposed to do, or didn't have photographers in the room that were American. That wasn't true either, or let the Russians hide this listening device, which wasn't true. Now the Washington Post comes out and says he gave all this classified info on ISIS and what we were doing. The U.S., as you know, for 3 years has been working with Russia, taking out ISIS and Al-Qaeda in Syria. That's all over the news. The Russians and the United States share intelligence. But now McMaster, the National Security Advisor, comes out and says, this is totally made up in a press conference about an hour and a half ago. Trump did not share classified info. So he looks like he, to me, is trying to be the savior here because he knows Trump had his neck on the chopping block. That's the motive. We haven't even talked about this in detail yet. What's your breakdown?
First of all, I think it's really important that the American people know that this story is false. Donald Trump did not give any classified secret information to the Russians. That is bogus. The leak definitely came out of the NSA, did not come out of the White House. Yet another finger pointed at McMaster. As Mike Cernovich reported on InfoWars, McMaster's head is on the chopping block, and therefore he has just leaked this to make himself indispensable. They had to march McMaster out for the denial, and therefore now they can't fire him or they can't laterally move him. Here's the key point. According to CNN, the leak of classified information has to do with the fact that ISIS is developing technology to use a laptop computer as a bomb to get those computers on a plane. That's classified? The Russians are our ally in the fight against ISIS, and the president gave away no classified information. This is a classic Washington scam in which McMaster is trying to save his turf.
And let's expand on that, just to be clear. McMaster has the history, he has the motive, he's been caught doing this over and over again. And it's been known that ISIS and Al-Qaeda is trying to use laptops for at least 6 months. So there's this obsession by the deep state to always act like Trump is somehow engaged in treason as the president, talking to the Russians, meeting with the Russians, to the point of he hasn't even met with Putin yet. They're trying to paralyze him. That's what Ronald Reagan did, it's what George W. Bush did, it's what Barack Obama did. It's part of his job. And so we know this guy's for America. We know this guy's expanding the republic. We know all this stuff. Hey, come here, come on over, camera.
I'm just happy.
No, you're talking to the freighters. No, I get it. I know. Get our jobs back.
Hey, Alex, I'm talking to you. You're absolutely batshit crazy. And I think if I can take this, maybe I run your mouth.
I don't need to run my mouth.
You run your mouth.
You guys are insane. The Stone's standing over there basically saying that the guy that you guys elected is not a traitor. You've got guys running out reading off stuff. It's like, it's insane. This is the United States of America. I grew up looking at this country thinking it was fantastic, and you've got that? What have you done?
Why did you bring it here? Why did you bring the socialism?
What have you done? What have you done to this
Why
country?
did you bring the cuck-mailed stuff here?
What have you done?
Why did you bring the cuck-mailed stuff here?
What cuck-mailed stuff? What are you talking
No,
about?
the cuck stuff, the wimp stuff. When you come here to America, when we kicked the redcoats out 245 years ago, and you come here and run your mouth, dude. Go back to England. It's overrun
I
by
don't
Muslims.
live in English. I don't live in the
Listen,
UK.
the point
so
is,
thank you very
but
much.
you've come here to lecture us when we're on the phone with New York Times. We're on the phone.
My grandfather fought alongside Americans in North
with
Africa,
NSA,
in Sicily, and southern Italy in the Second
and with
World War.
NSA sources.
He would turn in his grave
we're
to see
covering-
people like you.
Both my grandfathers were World War II. Don't try
It's
it.
absolutely
German right
disgraceful.
now.
Yeah. Oh, no. Now we're the Germans. See how this works? This is how the cup mail stuff works. You just want to walk by and run your mouth. I'm glad you actually had the nerve
I'm
to
not
come on
running
TV.
my mouth. I listen to you and I listen to you. You actually have a vested interest in getting your skin. Getting your skin out of this.
I'm gonna tell you this. You're gonna fail. We're gonna restore the republic. We're gonna cut the tax.
The only country that you guys have attacked, and your president's attacked right now, is Canada through trade sanctions right now. That's the only country, after all of these 100 days and talk, is Canada. For milk and for softwood lumber.
$3 trillion in the stock market. 300 billion.
I gotta go
300
somewhere.
billion.
I got better
Yeah. Oh, you're a big man. You're a big man. We have the millions of dollars. You have nothing.
You know, I'm not, you're attacking me, I'm just the guy up the street.
You shut your mouth first.
No, you called us an ex.
Called you cuck, bro. Called you cuck. You're a cuck.
How's your wife?
You're a cuck. My wife's great. She's right down there eating dinner. It's awesome. She's having a baby. We're doing real good around here. Anyways,
How's your boyfriend?
yeah, exactly. Listen, I want to respond to all this. Let me tell you something. I'm going to break this down for you what happened, okay? They come out every day saying our president's a traitor because globalists have hijacked this country and have been running into the ground. And all the multinational interests that piss on this nation want to sit here and attack people that stand up for it and are returning power to Washington and to the states and to the people. That's happening and the elites are panicking. The TPP, where multinationals would run all of our major business and control our country, it's gone. He did that day 3 in the White House. $3+ trillion is in the stock market. $300 billion already in new jobs. 500,000 new jobs on top of that, and they can't stand it. The UN funding cut in half. The power being returned to the people. Obamacare repealed in the House, that giant scam job. And you've got these cucked people that are total cowards. We're gonna end this feed in a minute because I'm gonna give that guy the attention and just get back to a total breakdown of the bottom line. You have the president surrounded by enemies in Congress, by both parties, and by people leaking everything he's supposedly doing to sabotage restoring this republic. You've got cowards literally telling us that his grandfather fought the Nazis in his little script, thinking we're the Nazi party here, when this is America, dumbass. Okay, this isn't Germany. It's Germany opening it up to Muslims. It's Germany bringing in the Islamics. It's Germany making retirees give their houses up to the Islamicists. And we're here, and these guys want to walk by and shoot their mouths off and go, F. Alex Jones, Donald Trump's a traitor, when he has no evidence, no proof. It's the globalist Hillary that sold us out to multinationals. It's the globalists that sold us out to China and Russia. It's the globalists. Did Panama Canal get given to the Chinese by John Trump? No, it got given by Jimmy Carter and then by the Clintons. We didn't. Who gave the missile secrets to China? The Clintons. Who gave the nuclear reactors to North Korea? The Clintons. Who's standing up to the mess they created? Donald Trump. I am a policy wonk. All I do is study news. All I do is research. All I do is take action. And I have to sit there and watch McMaster and all these other guys who we know are the leakers. We told you all was coming a week before it all broke. And we see these lesser so-called men run their mouths because the comedians on TV pose as news presenters and sit there and attack me and myself and all the rest of this crap. And they sit there and have this great enjoyment asking me, how's my wife doing? She's downstairs eating dinner. We just had a baby. We're doing real good. We're kicking ass. My audience has doubled since I met this guy, and it was already gigantic. We're the winners, dumbasses. Here's the deal. They tell these cucks we're failures so they can sit there and feel big about themselves and wander around and tell us that we're failures when we are the winners. We're changing the world. And the rest of you who are little traitors, you sit there and look at us and tell us that you're winning when you're losing. Roger, go ahead.
The usual understatement by Alex Jones. Look, we don't need some elitist creep from the UK to tell us what's going on here. To get back to the main point, this is a major media thrust, an attack on the president to further destabilize him. It is not coincidental that there's a video up today accusing the president of having Alzheimer's and making the case that he is non-compos mentis. This is the next big wave that they intend to put out there. Well, I've spoken to the president in recent days. He's perfectly sane. He is upbeat. He is combative. He has no intention of folding for the globalists, and that I can assure you.
And it wasn't bad. We got interrupted by that guy, but I'm going to end this transmission, come back with a totally clean one. I'm going to post on InfoWars and Prison Planet. I'm going to tweet out on Real Alex Jones, on Stone Cold Truth, Roger Stone's tweet, because this is so big. Okay, we have the president under mega, massive, complete, and total attack. And all these fake cucked males can't even believe that people even can talk. They believe that's a sign of conspiracy theory. If a man can talk or have kids, that's a sign he's bad. So we can still talk. We still walk bipedally. We have a president who isn't a coward. He's absolutely devastating all the cowards and all the scum, and all these cowards want to hide the shadows and put out anonymous bullshit all day long, and then sit there and come back like they're the saviors of the president, saying, I was in the meeting, none of this happened. It shows how desperate they are, that nationalism's rising worldwide, and we're kicking your ass everywhere except France. So you got France on your side. Sorry. That tells you where you're at. Infowars.com/show. I'm going to end this transmission. We'll come back with one more live one in a second. Stay with us.